Hello, everybody, and welcome to Forever Sports for the Friday Picks, brought to you by MyPicks.app. And if you have not, please make sure you go and register on MyPicks.app and get your score predictions in. We had almost 100 people try and predict their Springbok team this week. A lot of people getting quite close, and now it's time to do the score predictions for the international games over the weekend. And also, once you predict all the scores, for example, and stuff like that, after the games, you can actually go and rate the players as well. Do your player raters, generate an image that has all your player ratings on it, share it with all your friends and the likes of that. So all of that and more on MyPicks.app. Make sure you go right now and register it. It is free to play, and you can go and join the leagues and compete with other fans. But what we're going to do is we're going to go through all the fixtures of this weekend and kind of give them what my predictions are. I'm actually kind of leading one or two of the leagues. So it wasn't a great weekend last weekend, but overall not been too bad. This weekend, however, I think there's a couple that are quite difficult to call. And it's going to be very interesting to see which teams respond, which teams get a job done, and whether there are any upsets this weekend. So before we further ado, please do smash a like on the video. Please do subscribe to the channel as well. And let's have a look at what we've got. Right, so first up, Wales versus the All Blacks. Now, we're just going to start adding 7 points here for the All Blacks because it's going to be a big score. And I'm going to give, I reckon the All Blacks are putting probably 45 points on. I do think that the Wales do score. I'm going to go 45 points to 12. I reckon the Wales might get a couple tries, but I do think, although it is a bit of a rotated All Black side, so maybe might not entirely gel, but after having lost to England, they'll be desperate to respond. And I think that Wales is just at the moment just so devoid of confidence that I think that it's going to be a bit of a big score. Hopefully, Wales do pitch up, and I mean, if they were to beat New Zealand, it has massive ramifications for the world rankings, which would be very interesting. But in the big game that we're talking about, the big game that we've been speaking about and hyping up all week, Springboks versus Ireland, and the one thing I do think is that there's 2 tries apiece at least. I think the Springboks will score, I'm hoping, 28 odd points. I'm going to give Ireland 16. So I'm going to go 28 points to 16. It is a bit of a big windfall for the Boks if we do get that kind of margin. I've just got a funny feeling that we're just playing so well at the moment. In fact, maybe I'll just give Ireland an extra 3 points there. Let's go 28 points to 19. Couple tries, maybe a couple converted, a couple non. But I really think the Boks have got it in. I'm not sure that they're going to be able to put 30, 40 points on like we have been putting on other sides. I think Ireland are a better side, but I do think that we are playing so well at the moment that I do think that we've got 4 tries in us, or 3 tries and a few penalties and the likes of that. So that's kind of where I'm at. I've got to make sure you say all these predictions, by the way, otherwise they're not going to register, are they? So there's our prediction locked in. We're going to lock in this prediction as well. So I'm going to go 28 points to 19 for the Boks. Then France versus Australia. Now, this has got huge ramifications because if Australia win by more than 15 points, they would actually overtake France in the world rankings and go into band 1, which means that France will be in band 2, meaning that France could be in a group with the likes of an England, a Boks, an Ireland, a New Zealand, or an Australia, or a Argentina in the World Cup draw, which is happening in just over a week's time, on the 3rd of December. It was about 2 days ago. So, but I do think that France, struggle maybe against Fiji, but I'm expecting them to come good. I'm going to give France 31 odd points. I think Australia, fine points, but I don't think that they really get going. I think they're too tired, and I think that they're just exhausted, to be honest, after a long season that they've had. I mean, and it's an incredible season that they did have in terms of the type of teams they had to play. So I don't think it's that surprising that they've had some really, really poor results. But I just don't. I think they're absolutely shattered. I don't think they have the legs in them to push France. I don't think France are playing tremendously well at the moment. They could potentially go down as low as 6th in world rankings for a reason. And I think they could actually go down to 7th. And there's good reason for that because they haven't been playing phenomenally well, and they haven't had. They obviously send quite a weak inside in the mid-series. But if they come good, then I think, at home, they should go big. Scotland against Tonga, I think there's a big response to come. So I'm going to give Tonga 2 tries and a penalty. I'm going to give Scotland 47 odd points. I think Scotland will respond. I think they have to respond. And I think that Scotland going to put in a big. I don't know why I've got a feeling, but I'm just going to go big. Yeah, I've got to go bold and make sure I try and win this prediction. So I'm going to go bold with Scotland. I'm also going to go very, very bold that I think England scored 26 points, but this is my very bold. I think the Pumas have got points in them, and I'm going to give them a win. against England. That's my big one for the weekend. I'm going big on Scotland to beat Tonga, and I think that I just got a funny feeling this Argentinian side there's a big result there for them somewhere. After that comeback last week, I think there's a lot of confidence. I think England are playing well. I don't see there's any reason why this Argentina side cannot give England a bit of a go. So, yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited for, I think my two games that I'm really excited to watch is that England-Argentina game and then obviously the Ireland Buck game. France-Wallabies could be a good game. I expect this to be a whitewash. I expect it to be a big score between Scotland and Tonga. What are your thoughts? What are your other predictions? Let me know down in the comments below. Smash a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel as well. Thank you very much for watching. My name is Steve. I'll chat to you soon.